Well, there I am at the point of air winding wheel, number 2 shaft, I'm sorry. I ever only went on it once, and you could only get 3 men or 4 men in a cage at a time. It was only like a budgie cage. But before I came to point of air, I did my training in Gresford at 15. So I went to Gresford for 6 months. We did our training up there and used to go down the upcast shaft, which used to skip wind. And if they were winding cold, we'd have to wait, and the noise would be scary, very scary. The cage would come up, if you blinked your eyes, you'd miss it. The cold would come out of it, and down it'd go like a bullet. And the noise, unbelievable. Anyway, we go down in the bottom of the pit. They had two bunkers, which used to hold the coal, and when the cage went down, the coal went in, and they were called Bill and Ben, these bunkers. So just around, we go around the back of the pit then, and the training gallery was down there where we did our training. And then some days we'd go out on visiting parts of the pit. And we went to one place and getting on this men rider and going down this clip. Oh, we must have went a heck of a way down. Just walking around up through a face and all that. That's what we did then. But another time we came and we couldn't go up the upcast shaft. So we had to go to the big shaft. Well, that was more scary again, that. Right, I've never seen it. It was so big, unbelievable. And when we got in that cage, I remember it going up at all years, cracking and banging of the cage, most probably relaxing after the knock around it just had. But I did ride in both shafts in Gresford anyway. The dentist on the mountain, they were called, after the manager or the people who owned it at the time. And yep, so they were unbelievable, the shafts there. And the winding engines, unbelievable steam. And you could go in them, and the floors, you could eat your dinner off the floors. They were shining bright, unbelievable. Anyway, I did my training there. Came to Point of Air. Remember walking down the road on my own on a Saturday morning. Terrified. Anyway, they gave me my locker that morning and I had to sign on at Point of Air. Started on the Monday in the screens. And yeah, that was okay. Used to go to the screens. Used to mess around a lot. Remember one time, this Bob, what I was working with, grabbed my helmet and he flung it on the conveyor and it went through this flap, through where the dirt would go, and the dirt we used to pick out of the coal. But I was fit enough then to jump over this belt, a steel conveyor belt, about 2 meters wide. Jump over that, through the door, back over on the other side of this door, and grab my helmet before they went into the dirt hopper. So I come back out now and say, that's it, my helmet's gone. So me not knowing, I just carried on, and if the hopper was broke, you used to have to throw all your dirt on the floor, not down these holes what you had to put in. And the fellow what was in charge said, don't put your dirt in the holes, put it on the floor. Me not thinking, oh, it's just put, something wrong with the hopper. So about half an hour later, a bit longer, this fella comes in, Emma, huge he was, built like a, well, I'm going to say, I can't think of the word, but he was huge, all I can say. And he's got a lamp with him. He's been to the lamp room. He said, whatever you do, don't put anything to, I said, oh, he's going to go in to the hopper now, me not knowing, to get my helmet. So I said, well, it didn't go really. Well, he jumped the thing, jumped down these steps, got hold of me, round the neck and shook me like a rag doll. That was it then. No wonder I had a bad neck. But me not knowing that, he always seen his backside good and prop. You know, he was a big full-grown man, 6 foot, bit like a shithouse. That's all I could say. He was huge. Well, he was then to me. And another thing they used to say to me, to call him Emma the Cactus of the workers, the older man. I never did, and I've asked loads of people what it meant, and I've never found out what it was, and I didn't say it to him. But another time I got him going, when there was in the sty, no coal coming up the pit, we used to go out to the screens and just walk around in the summer, outside in the fresh air. And they had a little hut where the man used to sit in, who used to let the tubs down. So they'd gone in there now, to sit in there with him, and this Emma was one of them. So I climbed now on top of this roof, because he had a fire in it, one of these old coal fires, and throw a sack over the chimney. But it must have filled up with smoke that quick. By the time I dropped down, he'd come out and he's chasing me across the top of the pit, throwing big lumps of coal at me. He'd have killed me that day if he'd got hold of me. But yeah, but it was fun. And another time, how things have changed. This man I got friends with, for the style, we'd go onto the highest hopper, and we'd look over towards Liverpool. In them days, there was lots of boats going into Liverpool. You'd see them. And he used to always say to me, Carl, he said, if I win the pools, I'd buy you a pair of binoculars. But he never won the pools. But he was a lovely man, him. Because I remember him crying one day. I'll never forget it. Because these 2 sparrows were fighting, and one got the best of it, and the other one was half dead. And I remember him finishing it off, hitting his head on the rail. And crying, he was crying, this man. But he was such a gentleman. And then he finished for some reason. I think he went gardening somewhere. Anyway, I did my time up on surface. Well, he used to tell me, come for me sometimes, cleaning mine cars. And he used to have to get a mine car away around the bench because the coal used to get stuck in the bottom of it. So I had to go there, and he used to have to put the number down on the tub, what you'd cleaned. But I never fell for it, but he used to all be saying to me, have you told him about how many you clean? You get a shilling, he said, for every mine car you clean. And I'd be thinking, hey, do I get it? Should I ask, see about this shilling? But I think at the sense not to know they were winding me up. But I always thought, should I be getting a shilling for cleaning this mine car? So anyway, I ended up going down the pit, and I ended up at the bottom of the 1 in 7, just down from the stables, just going up to the old dirt bog, endless rope, and we're knocking empty mine cars onto the rope, and knocking them off. Me and Barry Luke. And we were there for ages, but the runaways used to get on that place was unbelievable. But yeah. We had a good time there, and we had these knockers, only a long piece of metal, just to knock, because these clippers we put on the rope were like a star clipper, and you have to hit the star to tighten the grip, the thing upwards. I can't remember what you call it. Anyway, and we used to hide him, because the other shift to be getting them. We used to hide ours where we were walking. Every day we used to dig a hole, put the stone, throw stone to stone, and we never found our knockers, these knockers we had, because they were walking over them and they didn't know. Then ended up then going inside, working with the horses. And the problem then, the horses didn't understand English, so we had to get told or tell them what to do in Welsh. So yeah. That's how it was then, but we wasn't pulling coal, just pulling supplies into the headings, you know. And another time I was Dick, the horse, and this is the 2 yards, and the poor horse got killed. We had run away. We were taking tubs up on these mine carts. There was a mine cart he was pulling, and he couldn't get the thing, and he went down. Anyway, poor Dick got killed. So that was another time. And then we did that. So loads of other stuff went on. But I wouldn't have changed things. Started on the face. And then did my training on the face. And I got a regular place on the face. And then not long after that, I think I was only 19, I was on the shearer, which I loved. It was just a big toy to me, that shearer. So I was on the shearer for quite a bit. You know, one time solid, about 8 years solid. And then ended up, they needed men for the roadways are coming in. The manager who had the place at the time was just coal, but no maintenance were getting on the roadways. Because one place we'd be crawling in. We'd done that low, they used to have to put, instead of having a conveyor belt, we had to put a face panter to go into the place. So that's how bad it had gone. So we had a new manager then, and I can't remember his name now. Tall man. He'd come down the pit with a tie on, collars and tie and everything. But you had to split take one of the face teams off. So that's what happened. The toss of a coin, our face team lost the toss. So we are the ones who were split up. Ended up on the roadways. So I got working with Matt Grimshaw, and what a mate he was, brilliant. And we worked for years. And the dust goes come, and I ended up in the headings with the dust goes. And then another time we did 100 yards in a week, 101 yards it was actually. But that was the thing we were out to do. And we even had a small fault, so I think we'd have gone more if we had to hit that. That was down Freeze Face. So, yep. Well, can't think of anything. Well, I can do. It's loads more I could say. But I'm feeling a bit embarrassed doing what I'm doing now. But,
what about that time with the ponies and the school kids were down there?
Oh yeah, right. Another time, when I was working with Jack, and sorry I can't remember Jack Whitford we used to call him anyway, don't remember his surname, and we used to be on mornings regular taking the supplies up on forward face in the second 5 quarters, and we were on a good thing, and we had it worked out brilliant. We had the trolley, we used to put the gears on, jump on it and go up in take the stuff to the rip and drop it off. Then we'd come down on the trolley, and Jack had rigged a brake up on this trolley. So we used to send the horse off now. This was Turfy now. The Turfy, had him for years, Turfy. And he'd send him off, he'd run off, because he'd hear this thing coming, he'd go like hell. But he couldn't go far, because where we were, he couldn't get out after. Because there was an airlock there, and there was doors, so that's where we used to be stopped, to our butties and that. But Jack now, from this day to that, didn't know it was a dog leg. And when I used to get it by this dog, I used to jump off, I used to chicken out. I'd be going like hell on this thing, on this trolley. And I'd jump off, it'd go around the corner, and then I'd run like mad and get on again. And I've never told him I did that. And I have a job to do it now, because Jack died very young. But that was good, that. Nothing saying, after that I did my face training and stuff. have gone the wrong way round now. I'm going to that. But another time now, we used to ride the horses. Oh, they do all sorts to try and get us off. Under the pipes and everything, but we used to stay on. Anyway, this day now, I'm coming along the main tunnel, riding the horse. Go around the bend. All these lights, oh God, I've got caught now. You could get fined the New Year riding. But instead of that, it was just a load of kids coming in to see the pit. I thought, well, that'll be the last thing you'd expect to see, somebody coming around the corner down the pit on a horse. So anyway, just stopped, they were all there looking at the horse, then off the other, and then I just jumped back on and went up to the stable. But another time, when me and Baddy were in the bottom of the 1 and 7, we used to always, on the snapping time, we used to always go up to the stable and brush the horses for the hostler. Because he was getting on a bit, and we used to go up and help him, because we enjoyed it. But working with Matt, because they'd work with rings for years, with their stuff. Oh, that's what I could have told you. When me and him went, the place had come in, where they said it's fine as if they didn't get the men out. I was nearly killed that day myself. When I'd gone to get a piece of wood, the who place come in, where we were ripping. Place where there was a mouse trap there, they called it. Where the coal come through, and if it's shut it's shut then, because the air, stuck the air, it's like an airlock thing. But the coal could come through it, and it's coming through, and then it did shut. They'd had others in cleaning the stuff we'd been pulling out, the girls. Men come in to take all the stuff out on the weekend shift, and we had a right row over it. And anyway, the police come in, there was men trapped behind us. And of course I had to follow Matt. Matt was on me. I was only probably, what would I have been then? By 26, something like that. And Matt was a lot older than me, only small, but a good lad, a good man, I should say. And he said, come on, go, get your bloody blue eyes or something in here, what in weekend. And I thought, I remember Ken, can't remember his name, and saying, I'll tell you how anything happened to these men, I'll have both of you in court and all this. And I was looking at him thinking I managed to get through the return, but he had to crawl out, But I'd just gone, I had to get it. And then he's on top now inside. We're just sort of breaking in, we were, to get a hold, And I just gone to get it, because I'm holding the leg. Oh, because like me going to put it on so I wouldn't have to be holding the weight of it. And when he walked from me to the front of the car, he goes, because it was wet there, you didn't get no dribble enough, no water. And I thought, God, I thought he was bedded now on top of the thing. Next thing I grabbed him because we had on, and he just, what are you doing? I was terrified. I thought, he's dead.
Yeah.
And I was expecting to put him out and he was a dead body. Oh, God. And another time there, he was off work and I thought, oh, it. And Alan Squire come to work with me, working there. And he was always on the move, the place there. I got used to it, didn't I? And I remember Penny and these others coming talking and stuff. How are you getting on with this Carl anyway? So like he said, but he had his whistling all day and the place is coming in on around and he said, poor Tudor had his leg off up there, this fella worked with on. See, that wouldn't have happened. We hadn't lost the toss of our team getting split up. He would have never lost his leg, weirdly. But he wouldn't have been doing what we were doing to him. But I'd have never worked with Matt. And a lot of lads off Wrexham. I wouldn't have got to know them, So really, I got to know, because we'd have been just, it had been just point of eye with the face. But I wouldn't have worked with none of the Wrexham lads, would I? Only for that. And, yeah, that's how I got to know Mike and Don and them with the ropemen and all that, We were working on it. Now we were working on the main tunnel for ages, didn't I? Me and Matt did a big job there. Put that bunker in, didn't we? So we did all the groundwork and went under the. It was our idea that we had to go under the big crossing. And I said, we'll bolt, get a thing, bolt. I bet it's still on that. Bolt all the girders onto the other ones, and we'd go under one at a time. And they made like what we call the mushrooms. The girder, you know, at the height, the ones they like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we put them and then drilled it and bolted it up then, you know. And that's how we did every leg to go under the crossing. We had a good machine there, like a denting machine. Like a digger thing. I used to work in that. I used to always do that. That was on track. That was compressed air. And I remember we were going to work on a Christmas to do this job. Dint along where the man ride used to stop. Dint all that, you know. Oh, then it was going on. And he never turned in, Matt. He didn't come, and so I was getting somebody different every day, you know. And the machine used to freeze up. But we used to get the diesel had antifreeze in it for the locals on the winter. We used to get some bottles of that and put it in down the pipe, and it'd get it going again, you know. It'd all freeze up. See all the frost in the pipe now, just like a fridge. And anyway, went in to see Kelly, because Kelly was on the money. Said, look, I said, you think you can get some diesel fetched in, but I told him what was happening, you know. Because I wasn't getting anywhere, the machine was stopping after. So after that was way to go, you know. I remember it was the shift, the first shift would come in, it was me and Anna Capella. Oh, we're trying to get this last bloody rail together and all that, you know, with the man rider coming in. Or they're going to stop further down, like, wouldn't make that much difference. But I said I'd never work at Christmas again. But that's how so I wouldn't work with Matt, see, and saying, not to know all these Wrexham lads. And then we made another team up, didn't they? A coal team, and I'd gone then on the shearer. And a lot of the Wrexham lads, where I went to Amsterdam with, come on, you know, Ray, you know, he worked with his son Ray now, from Wrexham. I can't remember his surname now. What was it? Was it like Brains? Something like that, wasn't it?
Baines.
Baines, that was it. Well, Ray, he's dead now, like. I don't know what he died of. But that's one of the good lads, them, you know.
Yeah.
What even brilliant lads to work with, they were.